Hi everyone, Bandanner here. Welcome back to the Defcon 2 2v2 tournament for more. Yes, today we are in our second game with Monolith and Petrovik and Lathans Int. Monolith and Petrovik playing as the 2nd Panzer Grenadiers and the 1st British Armoured, respectively, and then Lathans Int playing as the Berliner Gruppierung and the 39th. Let's have a look at Lathans Int first this time. So, a couple of Mi-24 AA choppers coming out. Again, something we're seeing in these 2v2 games that I haven't seen done very much in 1v1 of late. We have some Razvedka coming out here, pushing up and spreading around Alpha. We have another Razvedka heading up to Bravo just to hold. And this is Int stuff at this side. At the back here, we got a couple of Cubs also belonging to Int. Looks like they're both heading down here. So both Cubs to the same area. And here we've got a Conkers, 2 commands, 1 tank, 1 BTR. One of them's heading into Charlie, the other one's heading into Alpha by the looks of it, and the Conker's heading into Alpha as well. Okay, over at this side we have Razvedka heading up to Bravo from this side as well, also integers. Over at this side we have some of Clara and a BRM-1 recon vehicle. Of Clara going here, their vehicle heading all the way over there. And this vehicle, oh, just heading into here, not going very far at all. Chunk of units here, we have Strellas, forward deployment Strellas, Fallschirm Jaegers, Fallschirm Jaeger Metis as well, all heading up to here and all deploying and then going to be spread out. Also have more Fallschirm units here. Strellas, Jaegers, and Metis heading up to the... Okay, so we've got 2 identical setups here. 2 of everything going to here and then here. So Lathans is planning to try and hold Echo and Delta. At the back here, we do have a fob down, or a forward supply point, as they're called now, rather than a forward operating base. We've got a pack cannon there. A D-44 heading up to the front. We have a book down. We have 2 commands again. One command I assume going into Echo and the other one will be going into Delta. And then a couple of supplies pushing up to probably where that book's heading. Fine. Over on the other side. Obviously there's forward deployment at this side as well. Some Fallschirm Milans heading up to the front there. Getting into Echo as well. We've got a random Flieger force at the back here that's going to deploy in this building, I guess, just to protect the rear, though nothing watching this side. At the front here, we have Fallschirm Jaeger, Jaeger of Clara, and some Lux, all heading up here into this position. Could be fairly aggressive early action in there from both teams. At the back here, we have some Flieger force, some Panzer Grenadiers, an Eyehawk, a Gepard, and a Command. Something's heading over there. That could be... What is heading over that way? That's either going to be the Eyehawk. It could well be the Eyehawk. And the reason I say that... No, the Eyehawk's coming up here. Is it the Command then? Command. Yeah, it's the Command. So there's no Command going to Hotel. Or Echo. That comes as a surprise, considering how aggressively Monolith seems to be going in there. Here we have Terriers and a Milan 2 heading right up to the front there. Then we have some Fallschirm Jaeger and Jaeger of Clara heading into here. So early combat in this town or industrial area as well. Got a Lux all the way back here. That's really far back. That's heading up there as well. Got some scouts coming in now. I wonder if that Lux has just been purchased as the game started. We've got some Terriers Paras here as well, all heading up this way to just get a foothold in these positions. And another Para Milan heading up here. Looks like they're going very defensive in this point. Scouts Law 80 again. Yeah. Sort of pushing up to Foxtrot to hold that. Very defensive in Alpha just to get a grasp of it. Challenger Mark II here, just pushing into the back of Alpha. Okay, so a little bit more aggressive at this side, but without commands, which may or may not be a good thing. And then the other side, obviously, very aggressive in Delta and Echo. But not massively aggressive anywhere else. It's actually quite a gentle opener for Int and Lathans. Let's see where this pans out to. Now, I will give a disclaimer at this point that this game runs shorter than I think it does, because the actual replay reported it was a longer game than it actually is, I think. So this might end abruptly without me realizing that it's about to end, so I apologize in advance if that's the case. But I understand that someone in these games was having a connection issue. 2 tornadoes in early at this side of the map, going for kills on those Mi-24 AAs. The Mi-24s can fire back. F-16 coming in now. The tornado, for some reason, peeled off. I would have thought I could see it. Lynx goes down. Tornado, I don't know what that tornado is doing. Not engaging. Have these things hit the ground? No, they're still in the air. Not sure what the tornado was doing there. Does kill one. The other one still alive. Looks like it's down on the ground now, though. Yep, but taking off immediately again. Good early aggression with the Mi-24s. I'm not sure what happened with that tornado in the first place. Surprised it didn't go in more aggressively. I'm going to spin us around, because though that little skirmish is ongoing, I'm expecting some combat over at this side of the map, as all of these forces meet each other from the forward deployment. Looks taking Metis. Goes down straight away. Metis obviously pretty strong there. Loads of markers going down. That Lux shooting from behind there. Nice positioning by Monolith, I believe. Yes, indeed. Good positioning there, but is taking fire from the Metis. Good foothold by Monolith here on both of these points. However, there's no command there. So he's not contesting, at the moment at least, which obviously is good for Lathans and Integer. Looks still providing some fire support here, though obviously at significant risk from the Metis. HE Bomber coming in now, Tornado going for those buildings. Nice kills, very nice kills. Tornado does get out as well. MiG-21 HE Bombers coming in from the other side. One HE Bomber goes down, the other MiG-21 does get out. Good use of bombers by both teams there to clear some infantry. Not looking great in this point for Monolith, though. Lathans obviously has the bigger force. About now that another bomber would be handy. Command does manage to make it into that point for Monolith. Just need to cap this point here. Attack marker has gone down in the Eyehawk there. I'm not sure if they're microwaving it. All quiet on the Western Front right now, as both teams have suffered in the opening assault. Currently a +1 to Lathans and Integer, though, due to the cap of this point at this side. Surely there's a command coming in. Yes, there is. Iltis command coming in there for these guys. Monoliths bringing another one in. That one is Petrovic's. I think we'll now have a period of build-up where both teams are bringing in reinforcements, as neither team is able to push. That D44 cannon in a nice position there, if that Lux pokes its head out again. It is marked, though. I'm expecting to see some artillery. I can see some mortars coming in for Integer at the other side. Lots of tanks coming in. Tractor Rapiers coming in. I'm not seeing any artillery from blue team here. Red team. Oh, yes, there we go. All the artillery is in. Uragan and 2 RM70s. Obviously, these are going to be pretty nasty against infantry, in buildings or otherwise, and the Uragan just hurts everything. What is that Uragan firing at? All the way across the map. Going for this point at this side, just trying to clear the infantry out of that area there. I don't think this is going to do too much to the Terrier's powers unless they're really caught by a single shot right on top of them. They are obviously moving. Certainly panicking them. I think this is going to turn into a bit of a artillery barrage situation. That's a lot of rocket arty in for Lathans at the moment. I think that's all Lathan stuff. Yes, it is. Oh. No, the Uragan is Int. The other two are Lathans. If I say RM70 is a Berliner Gruppierung special. Good push here. Is this both of them together? Or is it all Monolith? I think it's all Monolith. Nice push. But here comes the rocket artillery to stop it. This is going to be messy. Look at the amount of damage being put out by that thing. Even to the tanks, it does enough. Everything's panicked, stressed out. Absolutely devastating, those RM70s now. Absolutely devastating. I've had them used against me a few times in 10v10s, and they can effectively stop a push. They are very strong now if you have clustered units. You've got to keep everything spread out. A little bit of skirmishing at the other side as Int is trying to push. Not getting very far at the moment. Lathan's looking a bit better here after clearing up a lot of that infantry. And panicking the rest. He'll be happy with the outcome of that rocket arty. Surely a bomber coming in. Yep, Tornado HE. And a seed coming in as well. Seed coming in support of that tornado. But the buck was turned off. It is being microed. Takes a shot at the seed as it evacs. But if it keeps the HE bomber alive, then that's the main thing it needs to do. So, very effective there by Lathans using his artillery, but equally a good retort with that bomber coming in. Has managed to stall Lathans once more. No real movement at the far side of the map where Integer is, over here. This is still looking pretty stalemated. Neither team pushing in the middle, though either team could be a little bit more aggressive there potentially. Lathan's trying to be aggressive here. He's managing to move up some infantry. But doesn't have a huge amount there. Milan 2 taking fire from the T-80B. Monolith still trying some aggression here, pushing up these infantry through the buildings. Not a huge amount to see, I'm afraid, from zooming in. Not in this type of combat. It sounds to me like the rocket arty is off again. Some of it's hitting here. I think we're also seeing some hit the other side of the map again, maybe. Maybe not. Good clearance with that. All the infantry are dead. Milan 2 still in position though. Another one's being called in. I think this is going to be a push a little bit, drop the RM70s, push a little bit, drop the RM70s kind of game. Leo 203 makes it into this point. Obviously a bit more survivable when considering the barrage from an RM70. There is a grad in as well now. Right at the back there. That one's integers. I'm going to see a lot of artillery spam, I think, from Lathans Int here. Being pretty aggressive with that artillery. And the beauty of some of these grads and things is they fire so quickly that you can kind of use them both defensively and aggressively. As we saw at this side when Lathan stopped that push. Lots of reinforcements coming in here now. There's not a huge amount on the ground defending for Lathans here. He's got those vehicles in, those tanks now, but it's pushable. It's just the artillery that will stall Monolith. Speaking of, Uragan firing on this area now. We're looking for some hits on that Leo 2A3. Obviously the Uragan, bigger missiles, can do damage to a Leo. Or more significant damage. Doesn't manage to get any hits so far though. However, here comes the RM70s as well. Complete clearance of an area. That's pretty nasty. That is not pleasant to be against. Constant barrage of those rockets. If you've got someone well organized against you, it's pretty nasty. Another little bit of a push going on here though. But immediately RM70's firing. Surely on this area now. Yeah. This is going to be unpleasant once more for Monolith. Another push defeated by the artillery. Jaguar in there gets a nice kill on the tank, but is badly damaged. Is taken out by the T-80B. HE bombers coming in, trying to clear out this area. Tornado Seed taken out by the AA. And ideally that's what Lathans will want. He'll want to kill the Tornado Seed. And once they're dead, then he doesn't have to worry about them anymore. Leo 203 does back out briefly, but we'll go straight back in the point, surely. Sitting outside. Currently it is a +1 to Monolith and Petrovik, though. As long as they can keep this up and hold the line, then technically they can eventually win. But they have to hold. They have to keep a command in this point to keep it that +1. 26 minutes left of this game. And there's every chance they could win. Artillery is annoying, but that said, look at this in the middle. While the fighting's been ongoing, reinforcements have been brought in here. Artillery now in for blue team as well. It looks like there's going to be a slight push in the middle. There's not a huge amount of units here, but certainly enough to make some progress and get into that point. Multiple Cubs in position as well. Good anti-air here. Over at the other side, Panzer Grenadier Martyrs pushing up pretty far here. More reinforcements coming in. Monolith is doing a good job at this side, keeping up the pressure, bringing in more reinforcements. Unfortunately, has lost quite a few infantry, but it's not terrible. It's definitely making slow progress in that point. But the concern now is obviously over here. Lots of ATGMs, a few tanks, mortar smoking down here to stop the Sherterms firing. challengers will take a bit of punishment. There's also a Challenger Mark 3 in there, another Challenger Mark 2 on the way. Obviously, enough challengers can pull up a big fight in the middle here. And unfortunately, that was the end of the replay. So as I understand it, unfortunately, Monolith or Petrovik were having serious connection issues during this game and decided to surrender. Which is a real shame, because I actually think that this game was going to be an exciting one. I think Blue Team were doing pretty well here again. They were making some slow progress and they just had to hold. They were ahead in points. I think it was going to be a rough game with all of this artillery at the back for Lathans and Integer. But yeah, it is a real shame. The actual replay said it was 26 minutes long, the game, but obviously it's ended long before that, so it misled me. But I had a feeling. So that's a real shame. Lathans and Int obviously go through to the next round. Commiserations to Monolith and Petrovik. I thought you were playing a really good game there, guys. And it's a shame that one of you is having connection issues. I think you were in with a chance of just holding on and keeping ahead in points there. If you could just hold on against an artillery spam, I think it would have been a really good game. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. Please, as ever, like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned. We'll have more games from the tournament.